So thanks, audience. We're in another workshop situation with my colleague Haroon. It's part of our BuddyBoss series that's been going on for the past couple of months. We did, in our previous workshop, we did an introduction on how to utilize BuddyBoss with Fluent CRM using either Automator WP or Uncanny Automator. It was a quick introduction. We went through why you need to utilize Automator WP when communicating with BuddyBoss and Fluent. But it also was, I feel, a great introduction in systems like Automator WP that directly apply to Uncanny Automator and why they're so fantastic. So I think we covered it in broad terms a fair bit, Haroon. I think in this particular video, we're going to spend more time in actually showing how you do it.
Absolutely.
Do you agree with that? And would you like to quickly introduce yourself to the WP-Tonic tribe?
Certainly. Thank you, Jonathan. Hello, everyone. This is Haroon. I work as a consultant for WP-Tonic when it comes to all things automation, including marketing automation and making different parts of the overall stack speak with each other efficiently, configuring WordPress plugins to basically automate things to the maximum extent possible, rather than doing things the manual way. And
yes, he's our automation wizard, audience.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd pretty much like that title. So
he's got other titles, but we won't mention them to the audience. But in general, he is the automation wizard.
Right. And I've been working in the industry for the past 21 years and with WordPress for around the past 12, 13 years. So tried most of the tools of the trade and experienced which of them work better with what sort of overall tool set. And today we're going to look at automating things around BuddyBoss utilizing Fluent CRM, utilizing Automator WP and some other tools like Lifter LMS and Woocommerce. So how to automate things on a Woocommerce, Lifter LMS, and BuddyBoss stack using Automator WP or a similar tool like Uncanny Automator and a CRM like Fluent CRM or Groundhog. Today we're going to look at Fluent CRM. So before we do that, let me share my screen. And then let me set a few things up in BuddyBoss to help with the automations that we're gonna discuss. So BuddyBoss has this feature that wasn't there in BuddyPress core, which is profile types. BuddyPress core doesn't have it natively. You need to install a third-party plugin to get profile types facility feature, but BuddyBoss has it built in. And I love this feature because on a social network site, you could have a profile type of, especially an e-learning related social network site. You can have a profile type for student, another for instructors, another for maybe staff, and one for teaching assistants. So it's gonna appear all across the social network front end next to someone's username, and it's gonna make it obvious what role they have, be it in comments, be it in the user's list, etc. So in BuddyBoss, once you have enabled profile types in settings, let's take a look at that as well first. So as soon as you enable profile types in settings somewhere around here, yeah, under profiles. Yeah, enable profile types to give members unique profile fields and permissions. Then when you go to this profile section, you see this profile types tab over here. And different profile types can have, users with different profile types can have extra profile fields as well, but that's like beyond what we're going to discuss today. So let's call this student and student. Display this profile type in types filter in members directory. Sure. You can even hide members of a particular profile type from the directory. For example, you have certain admin accounts that you don't want to show up in the members directory, but you want those accounts to be able to log in with them. You can set up a profile type named, let's say, hidden, and enable this option. Then anyone with that profile type will not be shown in the members directory on the site. Okay. And users of this profile type will be auto-assigned the following WordPress role. We can set the role to none if we're not using registrations of BuddyBoss itself. If we're registering via WooCommerce, like when someone purchases a product that assigns them a membership, that's how they register. Then we can just set this to none, or we can set this to subscriber or any user role we want. Let's just keep it to, let's just keep it to student. Yeah. And publish. And we're going to set up one other profile type right away for instructors. Display it in the types filter. Allow users to self-select this profile type from the profile type dropdown. We want to disable this actually for both, because we want automations to assign them these profile types rather than allowing users to select this by themselves. So we're gonna set the role of instructor here and publish this as one. Then let's go back to profile types, edit the student profile type that we added, and disable this option, allow users to self-select this while registering. Okay, now that we have a couple of profile types, let's dig into some automations using Automator WP. So let's go to Automator Wpn Automations. You need the pro version of Automator WP for this, either the pro version itself or the BuddyBoss and Lifter LMS add-ons. You can purchase the add-on separately, or you can purchase their membership, which gives you the pro version that includes all pro add-ons.
Which one, based on your experience, which option is the best value and the one you would recommend?
I'd prefer buying their membership, because if you need more than just a couple of add-ons, then yes, the membership option is far more feasible.
Which
but
one?
If you only need,
sorry, I just want to clear up some confusion here. Are you talking about buying the pro version of Automator WP, or buying the alternative, which was BuddyBoss with Lifter, or which one are you recommending?
Oh, I'm talking about the option of either buying a pro, the pro package, the pro plan of Automator WP that includes all of their pro add-ons, or buying their individual pro add-ons.
But you would recommend buying the overall package.
Yes, yes. Unless you only need maybe one add-on or maybe two. Then it makes sense. But generally, you'd need their pro add-on for BuddyBoss, you'd need their pro add-on for FluentCRM, you'd need their pro add-on for WooCommerce. So it's a better value if you just get their overall package that includes all of their pro add-ons. Right. So when we start off setting up an automation, we have to specify whether it's for logged in users or for anonymous users. And in this case, we can go for a logged in user automation. Some user who has already has an account and is registered and logged in. Let's confirm that. Based on this, you'll be shown the available automations in the next step. So here's the Automator WP interface. We can give it a title, assign student profile type. Let's add a trigger. And the trigger could be when someone purchases a product. So when a user has purchased a product, and among any product, we're going to select the products for which we want this to happen. So we don't want this to happen with the regular shop products, the merchandise. We only want this to happen when they purchase either a monthly subscription or an annual subscription. Where's the annual subscription? Should be here somewhere. Yeah, annual subscription. Actually, any product. No, we need to select the product. And yeah, we have to add further triggers. So there are things that I feel have room for improvement. For example, here we should be able to select multiple products. This should be a multi-select field. We shouldn't have to go through this whole process of creating another selection just to add another product. That's a very significant room for improvement over here. This product, or yeah, let's select this one, and user purchases a product. Let's find annual subscription. Save. And let's add another one. User purchases a product. Lifetime subscription. So when a user purchases any of these products, that will trigger this automation. If I recall correctly, this uses the OR logic. But hey, in case I'm wrong, because I haven't used this trigger in a while. In case I'm wrong, then we'd have to set up 3 different automations, one with each product as a trigger, rather than just one automation with these 3 possible triggers, if it uses AND as the logic. This option, sequential, if you set this, then a user has to do all these steps in this series in order to trigger this automation. And you can drag and drop items over here to rearrange the series, the sequence in which they need to perform these. So when they purchase these, let's add an action. And among the actions, we're going to select BuddyBoss and set user profile type. And we're going to select the profile type of student and save this. So now when a purchase of these products happens, the user is going to get the profile type of student and BuddyBoss. You can even add more actions. So let's say we want to do that. And we want another action that, let's see, what actions can we assign here? In Lifter LMS, we can enroll a user, enroll or unenroll a user from a course, but we've already done that, set that up using the memberships feature of Lifter LMS, and in combination with the WooCommerce integration of Lifter LMS. So when someone purchases any of these products, they are automatically enrolled in the courses. We've already set that up. But hey, if you don't want to set that up over there, this integration also lets you enroll or unenroll a user from a course or a membership for that matter. So you can have your product set up in WooCommerce and all of your automations set up in Automator WP so that you have them in one place to easily manage the whole flow of what happens when a user purchases a particular product. You can do that right here, or we can take a look at some other options over here. Let's see, we can send them an SMS through the Twilio integration, and we can send them, we can add or remove a tag to the user in FluentCRM. So let's add or remove a tag to the user over here. We can tag that user in the CRM as student and save this. So now they're gonna get the profile type of student in BuddyBoss, and they're gonna get the tag of student in FluentCRM when they purchase any of these products. You can save and activate this, and voila, that's it. That's all there is to it. And just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna remove these two because I think this is either an AND logic or a sequence logic, not an OR logic. So let's remove this and let's call this user purchases monthly subscription. And then whatever happens, we set up over here. Then we can have a similar one, a replica of this automation for when user purchases annual subscription, and another replica for when user purchases lifetime subscription. And in each, we can set a chain of automations that happens once a user has performed this action. So while we're in this interface, let's take a look at some other triggers as well. We've seen this one WooCommerce trigger. Let's see what other WooCommerce triggers we have. User views a product or user adds a product to a cart. We can trigger an automation based on that. We can wait for a few days. And if they haven't checked out, if the product is in the cart, we can send them an email, sort of like cart abandonment series. User adds a particular product variation to a cart, and user completes a purchase. That's a good point to trigger something. It doesn't necessarily have to do with user purchases a particular product. It would trigger when user makes any purchase. User completes a purchase with greater than, less than, or equal to a specific amount. This is something that you can use to send an appreciation email to users who make high value purchases. For example, someone has just bought a cart worth $1,000, and you don't want them to just receive that usual WooCommerce email that they get receipt. An order confirmation email that they generally get. You want them to receive more of a personalized email with their name and a thank you note from you, and maybe an option for them to book a call with you, to have a chat and to walk them through the system. And you don't want to offer that call booking link to everyone who buys, let's say, a $5 to $10 product. So you can set that up over here. And users order status changes, you can automate based on that. You get the drift. It's a pretty long list of particular triggers just for WooCommerce alone. And we can take a look at some non-WooCommerce triggers as well. Let's see BuddyBoss triggers. User registers with a specific field value. User starts following someone. User gets a follower. User gets an email, invited user registered. User updates their avatar. You can just send them an email, hey, you're looking great in this avatar. Why not go ahead and fill the rest of your profile fields? So
they never say that about me.
Why not? They would.
My age, I never get that comment anymore. So there we go. He doesn't know what to say, listeners. Right.
Yes. All right. So yeah, user updates a cover image. or they update some profile information, they set a specific profile field value. So let's say you have a drop down of values. When they select a particular value and save that, you might see them as someone who is a high value potential lead, and you can put them in an automation. So this is all like set and forget, in that so many actions can trigger, so many conditions can trigger an automation, in which then it's like an open canvas for you. You can have so many actions being performed that you don't have to worry about yourself and your goal. Now let's come to the business side of things. It's easy to get overwhelmed with all of this, get carried away, and try to automate so many things that you may not need to automate. So whenever you start setting up an automation, the first thing you should think of is the business goal that it's going to achieve. It should either eliminate a manual process that you or your team has to perform otherwise, or it should add value in a way that affects your bottom line. For example, it may nurture a customer and add them to a funnel, direct them towards making a purchase decision that they might otherwise not make if they aren't nurtured, or provide them with a value that may increase the overall lifetime value of the customer to your business, because you're running a business. So automate the things that add value by eliminating tasks you and your team has to make, or by improving the chance of the particular user who is in the automation buying, like spending more money on your store, on your site. That should be the end goal. Now let's come to the Fluent CRM automations. And you'll notice that there are certain things that can be done in both Automator WP and Fluent CRM. So you may or may not even need to use both in the first place. In my experience, for one particular client site, all of the automations I needed were easily handled by a groundhog that I was using for that client site. But I had to still purchase Fluent CRM for one particular automation that they really needed, that groundhog just didn't offer. That was when someone registers based on the access level or the account that they've registered, they should be assigned a specific profile type to show up in the social network. And groundhog didn't allow you to do that in the automations for BuddyBoss. So I had to get Automator WP for that just one particular facet of their overall solution. But then there may be situations where you're not using Fluent CRM, you're not using groundhog at all, you're not using a CRM in the overall build at all based on client requirements. So in that case, Automator WP could be your hub. Automator WP or Uncanny Automator could be your hub for all automations, because you don't have a CRM to do that. So coming to Fluent CRM's automations, let's go ahead and create a new automation. And over here, we can set up a label.
I don't want to interrupt you actually, because you can lose flow, but I just got a quick question, and then I won't do this too often. What you've just said, I suppose it's on a case-to-case basis really, but would you still recommend most clients, if they're going natively, they use either Fluent CRM or Groundhog, or do you think a lot of people can just go with Automator WP or Uncanny Automator?
I recommend most of my clients, because I only deal with businesses, and I recommend most of them to use a CRM and a marketing automation system, because it offers a very high value to them. If I'm building a site for a casual blogger, then trying to get them to use a CRM is overkill. Or maybe just like a small individual professional might not need it as well, depending on the scope of their work. But even to them, if you're a professional or a business, in most cases, a CRM is going to bring value. So yes, I recommend a CRM, be it Groundhog or Fluent CRM, as the first step of automation software to bring into your WordPress stack. And if there are any automations that you need that your overall use case requires, and that are not offered by the CRM and marketing automation system you've chosen, be it Groundhog, be it Fluent CRM, only then you should invest in Automator WP or Uncanny Automator. Because if every automation you need can be done in the CRM of your choice, then what's the point of investing in a separate tool that's going to have its own overheads in the overall stack? It's going to affect performance to some extent because it's going to have its automated tasks run, its scheduled tasks run. So yeah, in that case, you should skip it. You should start off with the CRM, be it Groundhog, be it Fluent CRM.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. So over here, at the very start, you have to select a trigger. And they very neatly organize triggers based on the plugins that you have installed, for which you have enabled the integrations for Fluent CRM. So right now I have Lifter LMS and WooCommerce installed as two of the main plugins over here. Let me see, before we do that, let me see the BuddyBoss. Oh, sorry, I recall they don't have a BuddyBoss integration yet. Yeah. So that's why we used Automator WP in this case in the first place, because Fluent CRM at the moment doesn't have a BuddyBoss integration. It has that on its roadmap, but we don't know when it's going to be released. So yeah, till then, for automating anything on a Fluent CRM based system with BuddyBoss, you need to use either Automator WP or Uncanny Automator. So over here we see CRM, Lifter LMS, WooCommerce, and WordPress triggers. So WordPress triggers are two very standard triggers when a new user signs up or when a new user logs in. Two very useful triggers. You can set automations to happen when someone creates a user account, and you can set automations to happen when someone logs in. And under WooCommerce, you can set automations to happen when a new order is started, like it's put into processing queue, or an order is completed, or an order is refunded, or the order status changes from any value to the other. In Lifter LMS, you can start an automation based on someone's enrollment in a course, enrollment in a membership, completion of a lesson, or completion of an entire course. And then there are CRM-based triggers. When a tag is applied, a tag is removed, a list is applied, a list is removed. And over here, I'm going to add again that I personally, when tagging is available and when you can send campaigns, you can send email sequences and all based on tags, I don't really see much value in lists. I think it's just redundant and it confuses things, but I mean, it's up to you. Some people use tags as more of a dynamic thing that may be present one time, may not be present at another time, while lists as more of static lists where unless you manually remove someone from the list, you expect them to stay in that list. So yeah, it depends on your use cases. So let's take a look at a funnel that we're going to set up when a student completes a course. I'm just randomly selecting that as the example. Oh, let's add a title, course completed. And when students complete a course in Lifter LMS, the funnel starts. The subscription status is, yeah, they have subscribed to a course, of course. And conditions, if a contact already exists. So since these automations can create contacts in CRM, over here, there's a condition that if a contact already exists, should we skip this automation altogether, or should we update the contacts data in the CRM? Generally, the default option that if a contact by that email already exists in the CRM, then we should just update it rather than skipping it. That's the generally selected option. But in exceptional cases, you might need to skip the automation if a contact already exists. And then we select the courses for which this should work. And see, this is the right way to do multi-selection. And I'll in fact create a ticket with Automator WP to let us select courses in this way, so that we don't have to set up separate funnels for someone enrolling into each course. And we can just keep it blank, and then it will run for any course. Then it doesn't have to be specific to any particular course. But let's just, in fact, keep it blank. Yeah. So any course would do. And we save this automation's initial setting. And now here, actually, let's take a look at the, oops, sorry, the automation again. Yeah, let's take a look at this again. This subscription status is actually from Lifter LMS. Yeah, I just wanted to confirm that. Yeah, this has to be from Lifter LMS, whether they're subscribed to the course, unsubscribed from the course, or their status for that course subscription is pending. Yeah. Okay. So let's save the setting. And now we can add actions in this automation. We can add either actions or goals when a certain goal is reached, or conditional logic. So these are the three main components over here. Let's add an action. When someone has completed a course, we can send them a custom email. And we can add an email subject over here. Let's say, great job at finishing your course. And we can add certain tags from here. For example, we want to add their name. Hey, first name. This is dynamically going to insert their first name in the subject. Hey, first name, great job at finishing your course. And then we can just tell them, we saw that you just finished the course. Congratulations. Why not check out some of our other related courses to further polish your skill set? And then below this, you insert links to those courses, whatever you want to do. And there's some design options, typography options. Let's not bother with these. Let's save these settings. And so we send them a custom email. Then maybe we have a goal that till that goal is reached, we don't do anything. Or let's say in that email, we've asked them to purchase products. And then we want to wait till they have actually made the purchase. So order received in WooCommerce. Let's say we wait till they have the lifetime subscription. Let's say we're selling them this lifetime subscription in that email. We wait till they have it. And in case they have it, then like once they purchase that lifetime subscription, then the next set of emails can be sent to them. And we can save this. This will run once new order has been placed as processing. In fact, over here, we can even add a conditional. So in conditional, we can have whether the user has selected tags, whether they have certain data in their fields, whether they have purchased a specific product or not, and whether they have a particular membership or not. So let's check this. If the contact has a membership, so we have a membership called All Access. We save settings. If a contact has a particular membership, we can perform a particular action. If they don't have that membership, we can perform some other action. You get the drift. So you can make these as simple or as complicated as you need. But here, I'm again going to advise you try to keep it as simple as possible and as focused as possible on the business goals. And
yeah, I
often,
think that's really good advice. Actually, we've got to wrap it up in the next couple of minutes, Haroon. But I
right.
think we next month we should just keep on going, really, because I think. What do you think? Because I think we're still only we can still go a bit deeper. We've gone a bit deeper, but are you okay? Maybe having another video on this particular area?
I don't mind personally, but I think based on what we've covered, since our target audience is mostly people who are already well versed in the WordPress ecosystem, from here they can probably take it from there, try out the automations. So unless we have requests for demonstrating specific automations,
Yeah.
I don't think we can. I don't think we really need another session on the same subject. But yes, if you guys want to get back to us based on specific type of automations that you might want us to show you, then yes, we can do as many sessions on it as required.
Well, it's up to you, audience, on Facebook and YouTube. If you want to see some specific automatizations, we're up for it. Otherwise, I think we're giving you a good introduction into this. So we're going to wrap it up now. We'll be back at the beginning of next month, which is next week, and we're going to be doing a couple other video workshops in November. Or it's October, sorry, October. I'm losing track, folks. Yes. I'm using track. It's all merging into one, audience. But we'll be doing that. We'll see you soon, folks. Give us some feedback. Also, if you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. It encourages us to make these videos, and subscribe to the WP-Tonic YouTube channel. It really helps the channel, and it motivates me and Haroon to make more of these videos. So thanks for your support. We'll see you soon. Bye.